Good afternoon, everybody. It's been a while. We've been incredibly busy here at Blue Ridge Off-Grid. I've been working a little bit, helping a friend who owns a business and trying to stay busy. We've had a lot going on here, and I've made some new friends up here in the North Carolina mountains. And those friends also live off-grid, so it's been nice to meet some other folks who have the same goals and who are working to be totally independent and self-sustainable. So at any rate, it's beautiful today here in the North Carolina mountains. There's not a cloud in the sky right now. We have a good breeze and there's no humidity, so it's summertime. I'm in shorts. It's great, not having to cut as much firewood. But I'm going to give you a few pictures of what we've been into, and then I'm going to continue the series of some of the items that you probably need to have on hand that use alternative sources of power. So we'll be right back and we'll get right into it. Just to give you a little bit of an idea, you know, we heat with wood here, and that's our only source of heat is wood stove. So we've been trying to prepare for next year, and this is a 16-foot long row of firewood, and it's stacked almost 3 deep. It's two rows of cut firewood. It's already pretty much dry. As you can see, it's 2 rows here, but we're extending it out now to 3. So that's one of the things we've been doing, is getting our wood prepared for next season. Even though we're in the warm season now, it will have plenty of time to dry out, and it'll be a good heat source for next winter. So I just want to give you an idea. All of this is hand chopped by hand using an axe and a maul, and also a wedge. That's something I enjoy doing, is chopping firewood. Be right back. So there's a lot going on in the world right now. As you guys know, inflation hasn't stopped. It's still continuing to kick in. It's still alive and well, as we all know. We've got problems with banks. We've got problems with supply chains. We have problems with a lot of places going out of business. I personally prefer mom and pop shops. I don't like to shop at conglomerates, if at all possible. I'd rather put food on the table of my neighbor than to really shop at a publicly traded company. I guess that's how I should put it. I don't like publicly traded companies because my mentality on the whole thing is that I think the inflation has to do with a lot of these publicly traded companies. They're having to pay good returns on people's investments. And in order to pay those returns, I think that's where some of the inflation's coming from. It's not all about costs, raw material costs. I think it's about having to pay pretty hefty returns to the stock market. After all, when you have CEOs, CFOs, when you have them making millions and millions and millions of dollars a year, that's where the inflation's going. It's going in their pocket, especially when they're having to pay a return to stockholders. You do the math and you think about it, that's what it's all about. People are taking the profits because things in the world are not looking too good. So people are taking their profits, and they're having to cough up the money. That's probably another reason why banks are starting to fail. People are taking their money. They're investing it in things that they'll use, things that they may need for the future. They're paying off their credit cards. They're paying off their bills. And my suggestion is to get out of debt. That was something that I did. I love living here. I love being debt-free. It's something I really enjoy. It is a very free feeling, total freedom to be debt free. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm closing the gate. Every single night now I close the gate here up at Blue Ridge Off-Grid because we've got some people riding around that are kind of curious. That's another reason why I haven't been on in a while, and I try not to disclose where exactly we're at. We're in the North Carolina mountains. This is God's country. It's a beautiful place up here. We enjoy it. We love it. But like I said, I've gotten to where I close the gate at night because we've noticed some people, they're getting pretty curious about this area. So at any rate, just wanted to give you a little spat about things the way they're going on and try to give you my insight on it. I just walked through a spider web. Sorry. But if you get a chance and you have other thoughts about what's causing the inflation and what's causing the situations that we're dealing with in our country and worldwide right now, put your thoughts in the comment box below. Comment below. I'm curious. I'd love to hear what you have to say and what your thoughts are within regards to the current situation. At any rate, we'll be right back. Another thing I've been doing is, all of you know that I sowed a lot of grass over the fall, and all of it has made it, and I've recently fertilized it, and it's coming out. Boy, buying a bag of fertilizer was an eye-opener. That was a lot of money. That stuff, I could not believe how much the Scott's Turf Builder had gone up. It was crazy. I used to buy that stuff for like $16 to $20 a bag, and now it's like $35 a bag, $40 a bag. And that's for the smaller bag, not the bigger one. The bigger ones are even like, they're like $60-some a bag. So I've been mowing, and I posted some pictures in the photos in the beginning of our video, and at the end of our video I showed the lawnmower I've been using. It's an electric lawnmower. It's the first time I've ever used an electric lawnmower. But my partners up here, David and Annette, they said, hey, let's do an electric or a battery-powered lawnmower by Hart. David actually had one, and I was a little skeptical about it until I used his once, and then we purchased one for here. Now, I push mow, and I'm okay with that. I love exercise, so I'm always on my feet and always doing something. But that Hart lawnmower, you can purchase them at Walmart, and if you hear Ashton, that's the way he talks. He's not in pain. He's trying to tell me that he wants in the cabin. So anyway, thank you, buddy. Anyway, that Hart 20-inch 40-volt lawnmower mows up to a half acre, and I do get a half acre cut with one battery. And it is a great lawnmower. It's very lightweight. So if you're looking for an alternative source other than a gas-powered internal combustion engine lawnmower, those electric mowers are great. They really are. You should try it if you have, a small area to mow. Most of our land is wooded, so we do have a small area to mow right now, but it's growing. We're trying to add more grass, and I'll add more grass come fall. But I did want to touch base on that lawnmower real quick. It's a great lawnmower. I absolutely love it, and I thank God for David and Annette every day, because David's a pretty smart fella. He suggested it, and it works great. I love it. So I wanted to touch base on that lawnmower. If you're interested, it's a Hart. We don't get any type of compensation for mentioning them in this video. I just wanted to pass that information along. It is a good lawnmower, and we enjoy using it. All right, I'll be right back. Everybody tell Rosebud, hey. That's Rosebud, and there's Ashton. One of the items that I wanted to feature today, this is continuing our series on alternative power source items. Everybody should have one of these. This is a flashlight. It's manufactured and sold by a company called 4 Patriots. 4 Patriots. And we're not getting any compensation for mentioning this flashlight. It's just something that we wanted to show everybody because we've had incredible results with it. This is an LED flashlight. It has incredible range on it. It is amazing how far the beam on this thing shines. It has excellent longevity while in use. It has a glass breakage tool here. And it also has a seatbelt cutter here. So if you spent any time in public safety, as I did, I spent my life working in public safety, it's an excellent rescue tool as well. It is an LED bulb. Like I said, it has incredible range on it. It's waterproof. It has a compass in the top. The lanyard on it is adjustable. It does not need batteries. It already has its internal battery system. It's charging when this light is illuminated, this blue light. I hope you can see it. The only way that I have ever charged this flashlight is by setting it out in the sun. It does come with a USB charger as well, but I've never used it. I've always just laid it in the sun and charged it solely with the little solar panels on it. And like I said, if any of you have ever had a law enforcement flashlight or a rescue flashlight or even a diving flashlight, this thing is bright. Like I said, it's awesome. It has incredible results. It's well worth its money. It's made out of metal, of course. I believe it's aluminum, some type of aluminum, and it's made by 4 Patriots. And a lot of folks, what they do is they purchase it and they set it up on their dashboard in their vehicle. And then that way it's always charged. It always charges on your dashboard in your vehicle. And if you break down or you run up on an accident or something, then you have this flashlight and it's there for you. It's also good, like I said, for off-grid applications. Anything that we can utilize or use without having to plug into an outlet, by using the sun, our natural sources of power, we're all for that. So this flashlight is an excellent tool and an excellent investment. We don't get any compensation for mentioning this. It's just something that was well worth the money that I invested in. And I do like to promote it because I think everybody needs 1, 2, or 3 of these. Everybody needs to have one of these in their vehicle, and you need to have one in your home, just in case we do have a long period of power outages. In my case, I harvest my own power. I am not on the grid. So anything I can do not to have to plug in and use from my battery banks and my solar energy that I use here, I'm all for. It has its own charging station here, which is little solar panels. And they charge the internal batteries inside. So I just wanted to mention this. Again, it's sold by 4 Patriots. We'll be right back. So we're glad that you joined us for this episode of Blue Ridge Off-Grid. I'm very thankful for all of the folks who have reached out and they've said, hey, where have you been? What is happening? And I apologize. We've just been incredibly busy trying to get up on our firewood so that it seasons out really nice for next winter. Because we had a pretty mild winter here in the North Carolina mountains, and sooner or later you and I know that one extreme follows another, as our grandparents and parents used to tell us. Sooner or later we're probably going to have a bad winter, and we want to make sure that we have plenty of firewood to utilize, stay warm with when that happens. So I've also been working on the yard and closing in the deck underneath to where no foxes or coyotes or anything can get up under my deck. So it's just been a lot going on. I've been traveling some. I had a family member who was ill, and they were in the hospital, and I tried to go spend some time with them and then working. So I try to stay busy and at the same time have a little bit of fun too, because life can't all be about work, right? We got to have some fun and enjoy life, and exploring these hills is a lot of fun. I spent a lot of time in the Jeep riding around and exploring the mountains and all of the history that this place has to offer. There is so much history here. It's incredibly rich, and I love history. So if I'm not on the four-wheeler playing around in the mountains and I'm in my Jeep finding something historical to visit. So I hope all of you are doing well. And like I said, I'm grateful for all of you that have reached out. Nothing's been wrong. It's just been not enough hours in the day, if you get what I'm saying. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Blue Ridge Off-Grid. If you would, please like the video below, share it, and help spread the word about Blue Ridge Off-Grid on YouTube, and share it directly from the YouTube if at all possible. And again, thank you so much. Very grateful for everybody that's reached out. And we hope that you're preparing and that you are purchasing your own insurance for the current situations in the world. And the products that we mentioned today in the video, we get no compensation for it, and it's just products that are really worth the money. They really are. We hope everyone's doing well. Again, please like, share, and subscribe below to our channel, and we will see you soon. God bless.